Welcome to the Integrate This EdTech podcast, and thank you for joining us for this first in a series of Tech in 10 that David and I are sharing out about the tool Eduaide AI. If you've been following our show for a while, you'll know that we have been fortunate enough to have guests on our show of both Thomas Hummel and Thomas Thompson, the co-founders of Eduaide. And we just really thought it would be a great idea to bring some tutorials, some demonstration to those different tools that are available within the Eduaide platform. If you are unfamiliar with Eduaide, they have, if you go to Eduaide AI, and you can check out their site that's there and create an account. If you haven't, I do suggest you do so. They do have free and paid versions, but I think what we want to focus on here for this first part is what are some of the new things with Eduaide? It's a company that's been around for a couple years, but they recently just came out with their 3.0 version, and I think it's got some really interesting takes on using AI, especially if you're a teacher. One of the things that they've really kind of focused on with this recent update is trying to give teachers the tools to teach in what I like to think of as their natural environment. So, not trying to change the way that a teacher teaches, but find tools, AI driven tools that can help support you in the effective teaching strategies, the effective pedagogy that you already use. And so I think that's pretty powerful. So I hope after this episode and the next couple that we have, you'll be able to see some of that in action in the demonstrations we have. Another key thing that I think that is going to set Eduaide apart from other educational AI tools is that those other tools are really built around the chatbot as kind of being one of the central ways of interacting with the AI in that educational AI platform. Not so here with Eduaide. Instead of putting the chatbot at the center, they really put the document. They really put that artifact that you're working with, that's the center. And then you use AI in conjunction with that particular thing. One of the things that I kind of reminds me of is back in my early days of teaching, and I was very much in early 2000s here. Okay, I know I'm dating myself, but I for every unit I taught in every class that I had, I would have a binder, like a physical 3-ring binder. In fact, I even was 3-hole punching so many pieces of paper and transparencies and everything. I bought one of the heavy duty kind of 3-hole punchers, like that can get through like 20 pages or more at a time, which is like really, really cool. But anyway, I'm digressing here a little bit. But everything that I did went into those binders, whether it was a worksheet, whether it was a reading or directions for an assignment, or even my assessments that I was using, they all went into that binder. It was nice and organized, and it was easy for me to go back and look at that with what do I have coming up? What did I do last year? What do I need to change because I have a different group of students this year? And I think if you take that as the concept, that's really what Eduaide AI is doing with this 3.0 update. And so you're going to see, I think, in the things that we show here, how it's really this document first workspace, how you're going to be able to take and work with those documents to get them to fit your own teacher needs. And then there's a couple of really cool features here too that I know we'll touch on. One of them is differentiation, available in all the tools, and being able to add visuals to things as well. I think are going to be pretty important. But David, I think why don't you show us a little bit, what is it going to look like when a teacher logs in and the first things that they're going to see?
Yeah, so if you look here, what I've got is when you log in, you're going to be right in the dashboard. And so we're going to dig in the coming episodes in Tech and 10, some of these other pieces that you'll find on the left-hand side. But when you first get in there, you're going to notice that you can put in something here into the AI recommend space. And or if you watched our Tech and 10 series for Brisk, this is fairly similar to Brisk Next. And so when you put in something like maybe we'll just put in World War II, and we can click Get Recommendations. Now, World War II is not very specific, right? But this is where you can put in like a specific standard benchmark, put in more information to get something from this. But it's the idea behind it is to use AI within the platform to be able to generate things quickly. And you'll see right away you're going to get three recommendations that are put into this card area. So you can quickly jump into creating something off of that particular topic. Now, if you want to view more, you just click on the view all resources, and that's going to bring you over into the generator space, which Jeremy will be covering, and then the different things that are found in that generator space. Um, the other thing that you can find is the browse area, which is going to do that same exact thing. It's just going to bring you right into the lesson builders, organizers, and games. So this is something where it's just think of it as like a quick link into that area. And so you can jump in. What's a little bit different is the subject essentials. And I really like exploring these, given whatever topic you might teach. If you're a math teacher or science teacher, you can jump right into these things. If you're in early childhood, you can get into areas that basically are tailored to that specific uh, content area or grade. So if I just go into, and let's say that I'm a science teacher, I click on science, you'll notice that all the subject essentials are over here on this left-hand side are going to match those that were listed there that we were just looking at in those circle logos. And so when you click on different ones, you're going to notice that the options change. They're still going to be centered around the lesson builders, the organizers, and the games, but they're going to change based on what content area you're looking at. So when we were in science, right, you could see something like that's going to be more based around labs and those kind of things, as opposed to when we look at the social studies version. So you'll see like claim evidence reasoning, but all of these are cards to help get you started in creating in Eduaide. And so we can click on these and it's going to bring us to the space where we can put in our different pieces. We're going to dive further into that in the next episode. So we'll get more into that. Mainly what we want to show you here is these tailored options given your content area, and they'll change based on what you do. So that's going to give you kind of a little bit of information on Eduaide and what's available right when you get into the platform. And we'll dig in a bit further with the generator and the workspace areas coming up.
I think one other thing I think we should point out here too in this kind of overview episode here is what sort of things do you get with your free account? So I know David, if you would click on the user thing in that bottom left hand corner of your screen and then open up the settings from there. And this is going to give you your profile, right? But if you scroll down through there, it tells you how much usage that you have remaining for the month. So it is a freemium tool. And like other freemium tools, you will have those limits. So if it is something that you're interested in exploring and want to, a brief period of time, I would reach out to Eduaide. And they're very good about giving people trial periods. And so, we'll link that in the show notes here as well. But yeah, I think I'm really excited along with David here to reach in, dive deeper, and then share some more things about Eduaide in our upcoming episodes.